February is Black History Month, and we are lucky to have a resource like the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in our backyard. If you've never been, you have to make the trip and learn about the greats who helped shape the sport and society for future generations. This month, it's a little easier. The museum's hosting a free February event with the Kansas City Royals Foundation covering admission costs. Our Martin Augustine stopped by to talk to the people behind the promotion.
I'm with Amy Gale of the Kansas City Royals Foundation, and we're here at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. We'll be addressing the events that are going on here, but first, Kansas City Royals Foundation. That's a new name we've not heard before. What's that all about?
It is. The Kansas City Royals Foundation used to be called Royals Charities, and we've really changed the name and rebranded to represent the evolution of our philanthropic approach. So we want to move from more than just giving dollars alone, but to true partnership and collaboration with our stakeholders and partners.
Well, you're collaborating with the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum again with the free February events. Why is that an important thing to continue to do?
Yeah, the Royals and the Royals Foundation are thrilled to be able to support it for a third year in a row. We are lucky in Kansas City to have this asset in Kansas City. It's the only museum in the world dedicated to telling the unique story of the Negro Leagues, and we want to make sure that more people have the opportunity to learn that story.
Now, we heard last year that about 14,000 people came through here to take advantage of that, an enormous number. Do you expect similar numbers than last year, maybe more?
Yeah, we hope to see at least the same number, but hopefully even more people will bring their families, their friends, their school groups, community groups to come out here and learn the story and experience the Negro Leagues. Last year we were able to donate about $120,000 to cover the cost of those 14,000 guests, and we'll do whatever it takes this year to make sure more people can be out here.
And clearly you believe that money is well worth the expense to tell the story here at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum.
Yeah, absolutely. It is, as a Major League Baseball team in town and as the Kansas City Royals Foundation, we want to make sure that people know the history of where baseball started and be able to go and move us forward in the game as well.
Do you get a sense that more people know more about the Negro Leagues now, or are you still finding new people that you're educating them about the history?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who don't know the history of baseball and the history of the rich history of the Negro Leagues and how the Negro Leagues help people persevere and grow and break barriers to get into the Major League Baseball. So we're excited to be able to make sure that more people can learn that history because it is essential to where we are today.
And a fun part of that too, of that education, is that it's almost as much a civil rights history museum as it is a baseball museum.
Absolutely, absolutely.
The people that are coming to it that you saw last year, who are some of the people that will be here and that you want to come back to see it again?
Yeah, we saw a lot of school groups come for field trips. A lot of church and community groups came through. A lot of people came with their family and friends, people local, but also people coming in from out of town because, again, this is the one place in the world that you can learn about the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum in a museum format. And so we saw people from all over come. We hope that more schools come and bring their students and experience it again for free. So we look forward to seeing more people here this year.
You've really taken the barrier out of there, by saying come on in and don't worry about the cost of admission.
Absolutely.
Do you have an element of the museum that you especially enjoy?
Yeah, I love where we are right now. I think it just brings it to life in a fun way. There's awesome art on the walls that brings a different spin to it, but then you can also see some of the jerseys and experience the field experience as well.
All right, Amy Gale, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Admission is free all month long at the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. It's open from 10 to 3 on Mondays, Tuesdays through Saturdays from 10 to 5, and noon to 5 on Sundays. For more info, go to nlbm.com. We'll be right back.